We aren't getting more time. We're running out of time. We can reverse all of that by saying we're not thinking of ourselves as operators anymore. We're thinking of ourselves as deal makers. We're thinking of ourselves as people who own businesses but don't operate them day to day. The best time to switch from working for someone else to actually just being a business owner. It's when the profits of the business that you've bought are at least 10 times your gross annual salary. John asked you a question earlier. He said, how will buying a business change your life? What difference will it make to you? Now, it takes a lot of courage to be the first person to ask for the microphone, to tell everyone what difference buying a business will make for them. However, that first person always gets a spontaneous round of applause. They definitely do. I just saw a hand go up here. Yes, Paul. Hi, Paul. We might have a slightly different definition of the word spontaneous, but we're going to work on that.
So the biggest change for me would be to go from an operator to an owner. So I run my own business already, but I'm operating it.
You're operating, so you're there pretty much day to day?
Continuously, yes.
Yeah, how many hours a week?
I keep it to about 40.
You keep it to about 40, okay.
Yeah.
But you want to transform from being the person who is the operator to the person who is the legal owner, but doesn't work the 40 hours.
Exactly.
Okay.
Take the strategic approach.
Can I tell you why you don't want to be the operator? Because everyone who buys one business always wants to buy more. Always. No one ever stops at one. It's like saying, I'm going to go skiing once. You love it, you do it again, right? I'm going to run one marathon. No, I'm going to go and run another marathon, okay? So you can't do that if you're working 40 hours a week in the business, because all of your time is spent dealing with operational stuff. Those of you who own businesses, how many times in your career have you heard your staff members ask you for a minute or 5 minutes? Have you got 5 minutes? Daily. Every 5 minutes, right? Every 5 minutes. Have you got 5 minutes? You've got 5 minutes. And you realize you get to the end of the day and you haven't done any work or anything particularly productive. So you have to come in at the weekends when it's nice and quiet, and now you're working a 6-day week and everyone else is working a 5-day week. They get paid first and you get paid last. Now, we can reverse all that. Thank you, Paul. That's a great insight. We can reverse all of that by saying we're not thinking of ourselves as operators anymore. We're thinking of ourselves as deal makers. We're thinking of ourselves as people who own businesses but don't operate them day to day. Now, if we're making notes, and I think some of you are noting things down, that would be a pretty good thing to write down. We need to shift from operator mindset to deal maker mindset. It is the most liberating thing you could possibly do. If you want to find out how to buy a business successfully, get your free business buying toolkit. The link is in the video description below. So can I just tell everyone the best time to switch from working for someone else to actually just being a business owner? It's when the profits of the business that you've bought are at least 10 times your gross annual salary. That is the shifting point. When you've got a business, and by the way, you will hear me, I've got so much to pack in over the next 2 days. You'll be hearing me say so many times, buying little tiny businesses doesn't actually do you any favors at all. And when I say little tiny businesses, I mean businesses that make 50,000, 75,000, even 100,000. It's not going to move the needle in your life. It really isn't. I would be aiming for businesses that have £200,000, £250,000 plus of profit, because then it starts to move the needle. It starts to give you cash to pay off your mortgage, buy the holiday home, put the children through university, which is like a fortune, isn't it? And all of those things. So that is the point that you would make the leap. We aren't getting more time. We're running out of time. If you've decided that you're going to be in business, you owe it to yourself and your family to get the results as quickly as possible, because we don't want to put another 25 years in.